Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we are talking about a particular story that is very common amongst human beings and which can get in the way of manifesting, but it can be easily erased. And that's what we're going to do today, so stick around. My name is Hedley Derenzie. I'm a qualified life coach, I'm an author, and I am super passionate about the amazing teachings of the law of assumption as originally taught by the great American mystic Neville Goddard. It is the stories that we tell that create our life. So if you want to change any part of your life, then you have to start by changing the story. And if you want to create the most amazing life, then it helps to know how to tell the most amazing stories. And that's where these teachings can really help. That is why I am here. I want to help you to tell the most amazing stories so that you can experience the most amazing life. If you would like support with that, I'm available for coaching. I also have a free 21-day Set Yourself Up with the Ultimate Self-Concept course. I am on Instagram as well. You'll find all of those details in the box below this video or at my website, youaretheone.com.au. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so today we are talking about a particular story that most of us have running, and there's a reason why that is, which I'll talk about as well. But if this story remains active in consciousness, subconsciously, because that's what creates reality, that is going to get in the way of our manifestations. In fact, that story can then get applied to the whole act of manifesting. And where the inspiration for this video came from was one of my wonderful, inspiring clients who I had a session with this morning, and we were talking about this story because she has this story. We all have this story. I have this story. Probably if you're here, you have this story too. And she has done such a phenomenal job of rewriting this story, and the result that she's now experiencing in her life is pretty phenomenal. And so I am super inspired, and I actually said to her, do you mind if I just share this in a video, because I think this is something that so many of us can relate to. Now, the story that I'm talking about, it's what I've just simply called, or what is called, the struggle story. It's the story of struggle. And by that meaning, you have to struggle in some way to get what it is that you want. There's a struggle that's involved. Let's go back to the beginning. As you all know, if you've been here for a while, consciousness is the one and only reality. What does that mean? That means that what you're doing predominantly in consciousness is what's going to get pushed out and reflected back in your physical 3D experience. So consciousness is the one and only reality. Reality that we experience in our physical 3D is the reflection of consciousness. Now, let's go a bit deeper into that. The conscious mind is made up of essentially the conscious, what we are aware of, and the subconscious, what we're not aware of. Essentially, it's all the same thing. Consciousness is consciousness, but there are things that we're aware of, there are things that we're not aware of. Now, when it comes to manifesting, because you're manifesting whether you apply these teachings or not, you're doing it anyway because you're God, you're the cause of your reality. There's nothing you can do about it. We don't have free will over that. We only have free will over what we do with consciousness. So with manifesting, when you come into these teachings, you become conscious of what you're doing in order to create what you want. But it's not the consciousness that creates, it's the subconscious. All of this law of assumption stuff, we're doing it consciously. We're applying the techniques, we're doing the exercises or activities or whatever it is that we want. We're picking out what we want. And what that does, that impresses on the subconscious. And the subconscious is like the projector of the movie. And that's what pushes out those beliefs and stories and assumptions that we've embedded, and they get reflected back in our reality. Now, what happened is the assumptions and stories and beliefs that we have in our subconscious are generally there from childhood up until about the age of 7 is when we're essentially operating in our subconscious mind, and we don't have the cognitive functions of our brain to rationalize and understand some of the events that were happening to us. So we took on a lot of, let's say, unfavorable stories and assumptions just based on the experiences that we had. So struggle comes from a lot of the assumptions and the stories and beliefs that we took on early on. We just absorbed them. So some of the assumptions that will add to the struggle story is you have to work hard to get what you want, or you have to work hard to get ahead. Money doesn't grow on trees. You have to work hard for money. Work hard, play hard. No pain, no gain. Relationships take work. Life wasn't meant to be easy. All of those statements and beliefs that we may have picked up will add to the struggle story. But the struggle story is there essentially because if there was no struggle, then there's no adventure. It's like a caterpillar becoming a butterfly. So when the butterfly is coming out of its shell, there's a struggle. But once the butterfly is free, it's free. It's free to fly. And that's essentially what this awakening process is. Up until the point that you know that you're the God of your reality and you're the cause of your reality based on what you're doing in consciousness, life can feel like a struggle because you don't know what you're doing. Once you come into this and once you realize that yes, you're God and you're the cause of your reality, what you're doing is you're breaking free of your shell. You do not have to create any more struggle. If you decide that you no longer want to struggle in life, you simply have to hold the assumption of ease in each area of your life. And I promise you, life will become easier. Everything will become easier because you're no longer holding on to those assumptions of struggle, which were there for a very long time. And also they served a purpose in order to break free of this charade that we set ourselves up with. We're essentially victims of reality. Like, we've come in to have the experience of being gods of our reality and in physical form. So we had to set up some kind of struggle. So it's natural for that story to be there. We all have it. We've all had struggles that we've had to overcome. However, once you come into that realization that you are now God in physical form and you are causing your reality based on what you're doing in consciousness, what essentially you're doing is you're freeing yourself of that struggle. You do not have to struggle to have what you want. Life can be easy, and in fact, it does get so much easier the more you come into your power and as the cause of your reality. And I have experienced that myself in my own life. Like shared in the last video, like my life has completely transformed in the last year. I am now in a new home of my dreams that I created, that I played out in my imagination over and over and over. My beautiful dog is with me. I've been working on that for a while. I have a beautiful new car, like a beautiful high luxury car that I'm now, like I'm back in this luxury car that I was in a long time ago. And just the feel, like it feels like what I have been envisioning. And I have this beautiful new business, which is going so well. So much of my life has transformed. And I can tell you it happens so easily. There's certainly been some times of struggle, don't get me wrong, but the struggle becomes less and less and less because I realize that I'm the cause of my reality. So I keep reminding myself of that. And then things get easier and easier because I'm no longer a victim. As long as you're a victim to your reality and things are happening to you, you are going to struggle. That struggle will be there, but it is not a given. You do not have to struggle, and this doesn't have to be hard. And in fact, there's that saying, life was not meant to be easy and life was meant to be easy. Life's not meant to be anything other than what you make it. So life can be easy or life can not be easy. It's entirely up to you, and that is the beauty of this experience. You get to choose. You have freedom of choice. It's entirely up to you. If you believe that you have to struggle to get where you want, if you believe you have to struggle to get ahead, you will struggle. If you decide from this moment on that life is easy and it gets easier, then that will be your experience. And then you can look at each area of your life where you experience struggle. Are you experiencing struggle in your relationships? Do you believe that relationships have to be hard? Maybe you don't, but maybe you do, and maybe there's a story of struggle there. So simply you have to hold the assumption that relationships are easy and they just happen naturally, and there's nothing you have to do for it other than be yourself. And money comes into my life easily. It's so easy. Money just shows up from all different avenues. It's easy. Like that's an amazing assumption to hold. I love my work. It doesn't even feel like work. It's so easy. Like everything just happens so easily and comes into my existence and my reality so easily. Where are the areas in your life where you're experiencing that struggle story? If you saw examples of struggle, so if your parents struggled with money, or they struggled with relationships, or they struggled with work, or they struggled with whatever, that's probably something you've inherited. But you now know you're the cause of your reality. You can change that struggle story to a story of ease. And that's why I wanted to make this video, because I've seen my wonderful client change her entire story, her entire existence she's been through some pretty phenomenal struggles in her life. And she has come out and she has fully taken on these teachings, and she is now experiencing things of ease, like things just are starting to happen easily and she's not doing anything for it. And that's the game. Less effort, more of what you want. Less struggle, more of what you want. More ease, more of what you want. So I just wanted to remind you, this is not a struggle. This doesn't have to be a struggle. If you have the struggle story in any area of your life, just simply acknowledge it, see it, because we want to acknowledge everything, and then decide to choose the story of ease. That yes, relationships can be easy. Money can be easy. Life can be easy if you decide for it to be so. If you decide to assume that life is easy, manifesting is easy. If you have a story of struggle running and you're working on manifesting, that story of struggle can kind of like infiltrate your manifesting, where you start to believe that manifesting is a bit of a struggle, like it's hard, like you have to work hard to manifest. You don't. Manifesting is easy. You're just doing it consciously. But if there's a story of struggle there, you may be bringing that into your manifesting game, and we don't want to do that. Manifesting is easy. Life is easy. Relationships are easy. Money is easy. Work is easy. Home is easy. Children are easy. I don't have kids, but I'm assuming they're easy. That's all I wanted to share with you. Please remember, you are the creators of your reality. You are the superstar of your show. You are the producer, the writer, the director, and the actor in your movie. What you assume to be true will be so. So assume it's easy. So assume the best for you and assume the best for everyone in your movie too, and you will have an amazing life. And this is my wish, my vision, and my prayer for you. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and share. If you would like support with anything I've talked about in this video, I am available for coaching. And if you would like to subscribe to my channel, I would love to have you, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks. Bye.